Right guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be playing King of Glory. Obviously this isn't on the Play Stores, you can only get it through their official website, and you need a QQ account and they'll send you a confirmation. There's the build we're going to be running with. This is the Moonlight Princess Luna. Her difficulty cap is 9 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10, and her survivability may as well be 0, but it's technically 1. Now, to play this character, you will need patience, time, and more patience, because she will die like that. Super quick. Now, I'm only going to talk for about 6 minutes. This is part 1 of the guide. If you guys want to see her in real action against real players, then please check out part 2. I'll leave in the description below, and you can check that out. And basically, whenever you play Luna, you're going to have to jungle with her. If you want to lane with her, then you can use a different build, but it'll be extremely hard for you to lane with Luna, especially early game, where she's pretty much useless unless she has all 3 skills. And to do that, you need to get to level 4 as fast as possible. Once you're at level 4, that's when you can start doing some combos and doing some cool stuff and being helpful. But that being said, even if you watch the pro Chinese players and all of those guys, which I've watched a ton of Luna videos, and I have noticed that none of them use Luna to lane. They always go with the jungle build, and the reason for that is pretty simple. Luna's survivability is practically 0. You cannot lane with her successfully unless you're fully built, and even then you will still die quick if you're going up against maybe 2 or 3 enemies. Heck, even 1 enemy can do a lot of damage to you. So I would highly recommend sticking to the jungle build. The first thing you're going to want to craft up is rune sword I mean, and the boots, the resistant boots. You can go for the attack speed boots if you want. You guys probably won't know what that is. Also, let me just say this now, this game may be pretty tricky to play if you don't know any Chinese. If you know a bit of Chinese, like a few characters, you can get by with some stuff. If you know somebody who speaks Chinese, then you're good because they can help you out. My brother speaks Chinese and I know a couple of characters, so it's not too bad for me. But it can be a difficult game to play if you know absolutely 0 Chinese, especially when you need to communicate with your team. So there's that. This is a bot game, by the way. And the reason I'm doing bots is just so that I can talk freely and, you know, show how you'd play with Luna. The first thing you want to do is get the blue buff. You want to jungle the 2 top monsters there, then you want to go down. You will only go down depending on the situation. For example, if a lane needs a gank and you feel you can do that with 2 skills, then go for it. But it's very hard to gank with 2 skills early game, and chances are you may get yourself killed. So you're going to have to make a decision to let a friend die while you get to level 4, or try and gank and help out. It depends. Once you've bought a rune sword, you're going to notice that retribution, it's not actually called retribution in this game, but let's just call it that, changes into something more powerful, which helps you jungle faster. Now that's really good, because late game you're going to want to sell rune sword and get maybe Book of Sages or Wizardly Hat, something that's going to give you more spell vamp and more power. So there's that as well. Now obviously you can see I missed that there, which is bad. She's all about the tech. She's all about kitting enemies. That's how you're going to want to play her. Now you're going to want to level up her first skill the most, and then her third skill. Her second skill is not priority, because her first skill is where you can do some decent damage with that, and her third skill is the one that's going to make you chase after enemies and, you know, do them in real quick and escape. An advanced tip that I'm going to tell you guys now is when you're going after an enemy, try and mark a minion along the way. If you can do that, then after you try and get that enemy, if things don't go as planned, or if you try and gank and it doesn't go the way you want it to, then use your third skill on the marked enemy. You'll ricochet off that enemy in the direction you want to go, which ideally should be where the minion you marked beforehand before jumping them is, and then ricochet off that minion and you're safe. It's really advanced and hard to do because it takes a lot of practice and timing. but it can be done. As you can see here, you need to be very careful of that guy because he's basically a Luna counter. The moment you step into that circle right there, and if he sees you, you're pretty much gone straight away. You have to dash out of that area of effect super quick. So here you can kind of see some of the build that I'm using. I would recommend building at least one defense item while using Luna. The one that I'm using in this video isn't my preferred, but it does work. I prefer to go for the one that gives me 10% cooldown reduction, as well as some other stuff which I can't remember off the top of my head. So that's that. You're going to want to keep on jungling and leveling up. You want to try and craft as fast as possible and gank where necessary. Since this is a bot game, they're not really holding down lanes as well as real people would do. So in that sense, it's a bit unrealistic. But you can see how I'm playing and basically how you want to play with Luna. It's all about sneaking up on enemies, getting the gank. In fact, I did that wrong. What I should have done is, I should have used my first skill, then third skill, then second skill, then third skill. That would have allowed me to deal with them a lot easier and still have my third skill up. So do keep in mind that there's a lot going on with Luna. It's all about kitting enemies and knowing when to use what skill. But ideally, your skill sequence is going to go something like this. You can either do a normal attack, mark the enemy, which probably won't happen much since you're going to be ganking. So you may want to do first skill, third skill, second skill, third skill, first skill, third skill. And in that order, by the time you've fully built and you do it in that order, your first skill will only take about 3 seconds to cool down, which means you can pretty much spam what I've just told you, which basically guarantees you kills. That's only late game though. In early game and mid game, you're going to want to probably retreat or attack normally. Depends on the situation, depends on how low their life is, because people can really turn the situation around very easily while versing Luna. Remember, you're not tough, you're not a tank, you're just basically a fighter essentially. I would go so far as to say she's an assassin, and yeah, sometimes you are going to miss that first strike. That can be a bit frustrating because that's basically one of your openers. It's your fight openers, so you don't really want to mess that up. Obviously, you can start with the second skill if the enemy is running away and they're low on health, because the second skill also drags them in and creates a shield which can absorb a certain amount of damage, which makes it very good for ganking as well as jungling. It's not as good as a self-sustaining healing skill, but it can help with you while you're jungling. It actually helps a lot, to be honest, especially once that starts getting leveled up. For example, if they come near the turret, you can just drag them in. Obviously we got Sage's book up, so we just buy that, and now we can do some nice spell damage. She's kind of a magic based character. You can build crit on her though. Crit on Luna would actually be very good. You'd just be even more squishy, I guess. You want to increase her movement speed and attack speed and cooldown reduction. That's what you want to focus with Luna. So I'm going to take out this guy for the buff. The jungle monster up there is going to allow us to summon waves of dragons to attack the enemy base, but I'm not sure if I get to doing that in this game. But yeah, I'm going to, finish up what I'm saying and close down and let you guys enjoy the rest of the video. But I just want to say that she is a very, very cool character and fun character to play with. It will take you patience, and it's probably not the most recommended character to start with, but it is the character that I pretty much started playing with because I saw a video on the Mobile Legends official Facebook a while ago of this crazy dude doing some crazy combos. At first I thought it was a girl, and I looked at the game, I downloaded it, and I looked for the character, and I bought Luna thinking that was the character who was dropping characters airborne and charging up slashes and all of that cool stuff, only to find out that that was not Luna, that was actually a different character. So I thought, great, she probably sucks. So I started playing with her and I realized that I died so quick. And I wasted my money. Yeah, and then I looked at builds, started training with her and realized that she's actually pretty OP. Well, she's not really OP, she's pretty strong. Just you need to learn how to play her. So you are the jungler, so make sure you are killing jungle monsters, which is going to help the team and basically help them push. So, by the way, the reason this game looks so similar to Mobile Legends is because Tencent Games own some of Riot or most of Riot Games, and basically they own League of Legends, so it's basically the same company in a way. I do prefer this game over Mobile Legends just due to the fact that the jungle actually has jungle monsters and there's so many characters in this game, it's unbelievable. You even have SNK characters in this game, although I don't think you can buy them because that must have been like a special campaign that they were doing. So as you can see here, I messed up. I shouldn't have really chased, but I think I managed to get the kill here. I think. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Okay, I do. Alright, nice. Anyway, so I get the kill, which is great. And now we're pushing. So, this is just a bot game example. I probably didn't talk about all the aspects of Luna, and I probably did get sidetracked a bit, but I do think you guys can get the gist of what I'm saying. So, I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of the video, and I will be uploading a video of a match with Luna so you can see that this isn't just like a one-time build that only works against bots. It's also viable against actual players, and I have won quite a lot of ranked games with this. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Feel free to drop me a like, comment, share and subscribe, and if you want to see more of this, let me know.